Sorry, I should have turned it on after I did that, but I just want to talk about something that came as I was doing the pour last night. Let's see, my hair looks. I finally took a shower, man. I took a shower. So, and I've said this out loud in different places where I thought people would really understand what I was saying, and I got some nods, yes, and a lot of people ignoring me, so, whatever. Yeah, Dr. Martin Luther King. You had Malcolm X. Who have you had since? You had Jesus. You had Muhammad. Who have you had since? Who have you had since then? I mean, is it really 2,000 years ago? When's the last time the Messiah came? About 2,000 years ago. Well, it was about 1,000 for Muhammad. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about Muhammad. I know Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they were relatively, 60s, right? Early 60s and late 60s. But what happened to all of them? I'm not sure what the story of Muhammad. Really, I never really learned it. I never really so I don't know it. But the majority of them, they were killed, right? Shot, crucified, tortured, whatever. So I'm saying, why don't you think there's been anybody since then? Now you're gonna throw out some names. Somebody throw out a name at me. Some woman that was an actress or something. I'm okay. If you want to throw in Obama and Clinton and all those people, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about an establishment. I'm not somebody that's put there by the establishment to say, look, this is your representative. Bow down to him or her. Those things are fake. Those things are false. Those things are things that are fed to you by the media. If Jesus was around today, you wouldn't get no media coverage. If he did what he did, he would be thrown into a mental institution or literally, put to death again for something that he was blamed to doing and he didn't do. So I just want to go over this story again because this one is one that really I think a lot of people were like, "This is crazy, man." But Michelangelo. What I've been told is Michelangelo was really was if you want to call it a second coming of a Messiah, I don't know, but he was someone that was supposed to come down here and teach humanity himself. He would have evolved into something, but you see, this is what happens. And I don't want to put this down again. I'm gonna say he is Arcturian, but no, he's Palladian. No, what do you mean? He's human. He's the son of God. Whatever, man. Whatever you want to believe. But those people were brought down here to help change the course of humanity, which was on the course that it is right now, 60, 70, 2,000 years ago. Except that was 2,000 years ago. That was 50 years ago. And now it's now. So now it's a little too late. If you don't start changing it. So Michelangelo was actually said to be somebody that was helping, and there was always been this powers to be the money situation, the wealth that sees this stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, do something about it fast. Right? In Michelangelo's case, the Catholic Church indoctrinated him, brought him in. I mean, during that time, the Catholic religion was very powerful, and that's all you got. You couldn't pick to be Buddhism if you were in Italy, or Germany or France. I doubt it, but in his case, he was brought in, and he was commissioned to do the Vatican. All those pieces of artwork for the Vatican. And those were, of course, not paid for. I mean, they didn't pay him for it. They gave him free food, but it's for God. He was doing it for the church. He was doing it for an establishment, and they gave him credibility and whatever. It also wasted about 13, 14 years of his fucking life, which then put him in a course that he actually lost. That you see, what I got right now, I got this stuff happening. I suppose good. Riley. Johnson's baby shampoo. It's the whole body wash. Why so many things? Just one thing. Works fine. He was you know, in my case, I got all this stuff, all this knowledge, all this information. I'm 57 years old at, you know, the last 2 years. So, you know, and, you know, 57, 58, and 59 represent a time period of, you know, of, what is it, 12, 13, and 14. No, I'm sorry. 56, you know, 56, 57, 58. Those are the 3 years. It started for me at 56 last year. 57, 58. So 56 is the total destruction, annihilation of your world, and then a rebirth of some new kind of knowledge. 57 is taking that knowledge and bringing it forth and creating it and you know, making it become material. And then 58. So 56 is 11, 12, and 13. And 58, which is 13. 58 represents 13, which is the number of ascension. It's the ascension number. It's the number of, you know, supposedly, there was 12 disciples, and there was 13th was Jesus, and there's 13 full moons in a year. Except we don't follow the full moons. We follow the 12-year calendar, which is, you know, kind of ripping us away from it. You know, it's the Gregorian thing. So So that's what was happening in the last year to this year and to next year, and I didn't learn this until I was. I mean, I did different things. I was a programmer. You know, I did a lot of things in my life. I was a cook for a while. I was a freaking, you know, I drove a cab a little bit. You know, whatever I had to do sometimes. But, you know, when I got to the point of, you know, making good money, I was making good money. Ooh, big fucking deal. It ends up becoming you're becoming a slave to it, and you have to keep making that money. You buy more things, and you have a bigger house, you're bigger than selling, and then you got to get close to it. You know, no, but this realization is coming to 67. So I'm much more mature than some of these other Arcturians who were sent down to help. And then, because, you know, you get the knowledge young, and then they start seeing that, and all of a sudden they grab you and they pull you into this fucking this circle of, like, of money and just, you know, prejudice and you know, and fucking Michael, read this book, read the Old and New Testament, and then translate it into this whole thing. You got to paint every word you can. So, okay, and they go 13 years of your life. And if that's that's at a young enough age, then at that point that shifts in. If your destiny was to help humanity and help them ascend and help them continue their growth program and continue something, all of a sudden you're going this way, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, come back this way, go this way now, okay. And you're over here, someone's like, what was that? Oh, never mind. You can't go on. So that's what I believe has probably happened to any other Arcturian to happen. Yeah, okay. That is what has happened to any Arcturians or any other. I mean, I don't want to say we're the only like higher dimensional beings, you want to call us, that have helped humanity. I'm not saying we are. But I'm saying we're here, and I'm talking to you, and the other ones are trying to sell you things, and I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not writing a book about this. I don't want to make a movie. I don't want to do anything that's going to sell you something that I am, so that everybody at the end goes, you see, all he was doing was trying to sell something. You know, he lied about all that stuff, and he just made all that stuff up. No, I'm not doing that. I don't selling. If anybody has known me before, I don't like selling things. I don't like money at all if I don't have to use it. But I have to use it, so what the fuck I need it. Unfortunately. But this is not anything other than me having a realization, me channeling the information, and then me having my DNA activated to be able to then continue on this path. And then, like, you know, if I would have done it when I was in my 20s, and they could have attacked me, brought me into something, and I would be like, okay, sure, you got me money. Yeah, money's going to help me defeat money. No. Money's not going to help me defeat money. So nothing's going to pull me off of this at this point. I don't know. You know, the only thing that pulled me off is, like, you know, something that I wasn't prepared for at this point. Yeah. So unfortunately, that's what's happened. That's, and I would say again, who have you had? And I'm not comparing myself to them. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the knowledge is there. Because the death of Dr. Martin Luther King, the death of Malcolm X, the death of Jesus, the death of any other, you know, Gandhi, was shot. The death of any other higher level beings that were sent down here to help. The death should not be in vain. They had knowledge. They had information to give you. They'd have a way of being that you should be you're following because it's the right way. And yet, you put statues up for them. You say, oh, great things. But the problem with music is, and this is again, I want to say, you could be an activist like Mr. Marley was, and be like a lot of musicians are, but then you get caught up in the money anyway, and then it's just like activism from one side or the other that have money. You know, it's one side or the other who has money. That's who you literally active. Oh, they're wrong because no, they're both wrong. You understand? The reason that there's two sides is because they want you divided. You know, the right solution is taking money out of the equation, then there won't be two sides anymore. They'll be just like, okay, this is, we're gonna have to help all you, but we don't have the resources. We have 7 billion people to train. Let's start doing that instead of like, you know, keeping them poor and stupid and watching and letting them watch TV for us so they can go to work the next day. Who have you had since then? And I won't go back to Jesus. Who have you had since Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X? If money doesn't do them in, brings them in, then the next thing is the bullet. In this case, probably either the bullet or again, the psych wards that they send, you know, the prison that they frame you for. So again, who have you had? You know? And Abby Hoffman was there too, you know. But you know, the same thing happened. It's always the end result is always they get caught between the money and not, and then doing it for one side or the other instead of understanding that both sides are wrong. There's only one solution. That one solution does not have a monetary value, does not have a monetary system, does not have to live and work for an economy to survive on a planet that gives everything to us human beings for free. All right, I'm going to start getting going, getting out there. Nice to take a shower. Though, you know what? Thing of it is, people take a lot of showers, and I remember being in Italy, and one of my cousins told me, like, oh, they don't take showers really, because you end up like using up the natural oils from your skin. You just keep on scraping them off over and over again. So, actually, you know, I'm not dirty, even if when I don't take a shower and clean myself. I learned that in Occupy. I went through weeks, a couple of weeks, man. It was the longest I think without a shower. So, yeah, but it's always nice to feel clean. I just wish, you know, I could go out there in the world and not see all that sorrow that was harmonicking about.